Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Here for the Horses. I'm glad you're here for the horses. We have an awesome day planned for today. So we're going to go through some of the videos that were submitted this week. We're going to talk a little bit about my three that just finished the first ever 2-hour equine massage intensive. So I'm going to let them talk for a little bit. That was exciting. And then we're gonna go through homework. Oh, I haven't even picked out the homework for this week. I might actually give a little bit more time if you guys want it, because I know some of you are still working on last week's. But we have some cool stuff coming up. So to start off, I don't know if any of you guys have seen the viral video that just happened about rescuing Big Joe. Has anyone seen that? Oh my gosh. I think it looked like it was in Wyoming, but this horse
Oh,
got
yeah.
stuck in a mud pit or something. I don't know
Yeah.
what it was, but it reminded me of those videos where like the little baby elephant gets stuck in the mud pit and then the mom elephant is just like around there trying to get it out. Oh my gosh, it was like 19 minutes of stress. So crazy video. They luckily had a backhoe right there and ended up like scooping all the mud out and stuff like that. But that horse got stuck in this water mud pit thing. It was absolutely awful. That's on, if any of you guys follow Idaho Horseshoeing School, it's that video's on there. Crazy. You get sucked into it. Once you see the horse is stuck, then you got to stay through the whole thing to make sure they get out. It was pretty awful. So that stressed me out for like 19 minutes straight. That was pretty crazy video though. And it just reminds me of how, one, we're pretty resourceful to helping these horses out, but two, how hard it would be to do it without the equipment we have nowadays. And you'd have to get a whole team of people, and it was just super scary. So I always think about stuff like that. Hi, Rita. We are going to actually be talking about your video today. So glad you're here. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, interesting and stressful. Interesting and stressful. So I agree. Someone have their hand up? Who's got a hand raised? Nancy, what's up?
Missouri actually has an equine rescue team. I don't know if they cover the whole state, but I know they do in the eastern part of the state, and they're pretty awesome. It's like the fire department or the EMTs or something, and here they come.
Yep. Yeah, so I was involved in a very similar rescue of one of my friend's horses who got into a pond. My friend had to bail off because she couldn't swim. And then around the pond was like this floating bog. So the horse couldn't get up onto it because it was floating and it was like 4 feet deep, but they couldn't get the back feet up. So we ended up, one of the boyfriends of someone we knew had one of those hoist things, right, that goes on the front of trucks. And we got that out there and then pulled the horse out because it still had the saddle on. So we hooked it around the horn and pulled it out. That was pretty awful. And then the rescue team did come up to that. They were a little later, we got the horse out before they came up, but yeah, they were on scene. So that's pretty cool. It's amazing. These different groups that are around to help in situations like that. So it is a good idea to have a list of stuff like that to make sure that who to call in situations like that, because it's not fun when you're trying to figure it out in the heat of the moment. So yeah. Let's see. What are we going to talk about first here? I have it written down. Okay. Yes, so I would like to say congratulations to Nancy Piper, Wanda Manley, and Sue Hawkins. They went under a very difficult massage intensive. So they signed up for the torture, though. It's not my fault. And each of them got 2 hours with a horse, and we just did the whole massage together. Everybody got to watch. So if you want to say anything about that, I'll give you a couple minutes. What do you have to say, Nancy? You went first, so that was pretty awesome, and you had your horse Kingston. What do you think about that? What'd you
Well,
learn?
it was an awesome experience, and just having you there coaching, and I knew some of his tight spots, but then you'd say, well, what about there? And anyway, it was just neat working him from head to toe, so to speak, from nose to tail. And it was just very informative, and seeing the other ladies work with their horses too and getting points from that. It was pretty awesome. I really enjoyed it.
Good. Yeah, I love learning from other people because you can always watch and pick up other things. That's why these videos are so important. And, that's why this community is so important. We all get to learn something from everybody else, Just because we don't have a horse that acts in a particular way doesn't mean we can't learn something from it. So you guys did fantastic. You and Kingston did wonderful. That was a real fun massage to do, and you got through the whole horse. Sue or Wanda, what do you guys think?
I thought it was just interesting. The horses were all so very different, mentally and physically. And, I took your clinic years ago with Molly, but I've never put the whole thing together, watched the whole thing at once. So, and it was just as informative to watch the other two as to work on my horse. Yeah, and it was, it's always kind of gratifying where you think you have a tension spot, and then the other people watching can see it, and you can kind of work that out. And my horse wasn't profoundly different when we got done, but he was much more engaged. This is not a touchy-feely horse, but he was, by the end of the massage, he's touching me on my hand, touching my hair. He's just, he had a lot to say about it, which was fascinating. So I rode him twice this week and then did some groundwork and some other stuff. And he's a little different. And that tension up in the, about C2 is looking a lot better. Now I haven't done much with the range of motion with just with the toe down. I haven't done much with that since the class, but yeah, I think the head and neck stuff is doing better. So,
well, yeah,
it was interesting.
Hold on one second, Sue, and I'll let you talk in a second, but I want to show this before and after of your horse Ranger. I was really excited to just see a difference, okay? Because we're always trying to, oh wait, it's going to be under downloads. Hold on. We're always trying to just make improvements, and your horses, Wanda, are in great shape. So, nothing crazy, like you said, which is great. That's what we really want. Is that the one? No. Oh, it's gonna be under gallery. So hold on. Maybe it should be in here. Let me go to Canva. Hold on. But Ranger was in good shape. So it's just keeping these guys in good shape and finding little areas that maybe they got some tension. Georgia was interesting because she never has tension like that in her jaw. So we'll talk about that in a second when Sue talks. But take a look can everyone see this before and after of Wanda's horse? Okay. So I want you to look at this part of this horse's neck, and I want you guys to start seeing this when horses are turning their head, when they're turning their head, okay? I want you to see it. So do you see how this is straight? Okay. When Wanda first came on, and we were just chit-chatting before we recorded, I noticed it, but I didn't want to give it away. I wanted her to find it. So I was like trying to keep my mouth shut, which is a lot harder than you guys might think. But you see this where he's turning, but his neck isn't turning. It's like he turns the upper part, but he does not turn the rest of the neck. Okay, so she found the spot and worked it out. And now look how he's turning his neck. Okay, so this is when I say I want a banana. I want a banana Okay, I don't want them straight. So is this a huge deal? Not really. There are a lot of horses that do not turn their neck fully like this, running around happy as can be. But we want for our horses a full range of motion. And so with just the work that Wanda did, you can see the improvement here. Okay, and this is just one small example of that. Okay, so that's pretty amazing. And, you know, look at his face here. And I mean, he's halfway closing his eye here, but you know, head's higher. Okay, so
Yeah.
even his face looks better there. So that was pretty exciting. And I made sure to, of course, get a, you know, I did some shots of all of them like that too. Sue, what do you have to say for yourself?
I think it's a great teaching modality. I would highly recommend it to everybody. I'm a visual learner, so having quantity and quality time of actually watching Nancy and Wanda massage, I continue to learn more that it will benefit me down the line. So I can't say enough good things about it. And I
Well,
thought it was perfect. I thought it was perfect that the group, it was just three.
okay.
You know, I think it'd be harder, especially scheduling time for people. But I think you were really smart in just picking three, because I think that was just the right amount.
Okay, cool. So I was worried about whether people, because this is 2 hours per person that got attention, and I wanted every person to be able to participate. So that's technically 4 people that have to be able to devote 2 hours each time. So I was worried the scheduling wasn't going to work out. Luckily, it did work out very well, but that was one of my concerns, that was going to be hard. And then the other concern I had was that we weren't going to have Wi-Fi in the barn. So we did do some tests and it worked out great, but definitely just something that makes it a little bit more difficult. But everyone did a great job at that. Sue actually worked on my horse, and it was really interesting because I had worked on Georgia the night before. And when Sue was working on her, all of a sudden she couldn't turn her head and her jaw got stuck. And I had just worked on her the day before and she had yawned fully. So her jaw was stuck at the end. And then also, like a odd side note, her foot was bothering her. So Sue and I spent some time after the massage and found a hole in the front of her foot that we had to flush out with betadine. And then I've been keeping her in boots and packing it and everything. Very strange. And the other strange thing about that was that she was fine in the beginning of the massage, and then it just kept getting worse where she didn't want to put that foot down. And I was like, what is going on with her foot? And so then I actually ended up opening that hole up a little bit more because it looked just like a crack, not a hole, but it was a hole. And we sprayed it out with that fluid. And it, you know, when you spray into a hole, it shoots straight out. Well, it sprayed in, rattled around for a bit, and then came out. So there was like a bigger hole inside the sole of her foot, which freaked me out a little bit. So I opened it all up, packed it, put a boot on it, and she's doing very well today. As a matter of fact, she was licking and chewing and yawning after we sprayed it out. So she knew that that was a pain and she needed that. But it was just interesting that the foot got worse as she was getting a massage. It was very strange. So I don't know. That was crazy. And then also at the end of the massage, her jaw popped and you could hear it on the camera. And then she had a full range of motion in neck and jaw after that. So she did something to her jaw overnight. And as we were doing lateral flexion of the upper neck, she couldn't turn that upper head. I believe it was the chin on the shoulder that loosened that section up, and then her jaw popped, and then she was yawning and licking and chewing and quite happy after that. So just some pretty amazing things that happened during massage. you know, you just have to keep looking until you find out what helps and what doesn't, and you don't always know. So the more modalities you know, the better. The more techniques you know, the better. The more willing to think outside the box, the better. Because I have found some weird stuff just going like, I hope nobody's watching, I'm gonna try this. And found an answer that way. So always keep looking. Don't mind being weird. I just sign up for the weird class every time. You gotta be okay with being weird. So that was fantastic. Congratulations to you guys. That was a lot. You all did fantastic. Fantastic.
Thank you.
Okay.
I really enjoyed it. And that last was Georgia. It reminded me I need to do that with Bunny. Remember how much that helps her?
Yeah, Bunny needs
And-
that a lot.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
vertical and well, the chin on the shoulder and the other one where we tuck them down.
Yeah, and that's actually being taught now in my advanced course. So I'm teaching that. I try not, you know, it's a more difficult move, so I try not to teach that just to everybody out there, right? Because I don't want people to get hurt, and I don't want them to be doing stuff that could potentially cause problems for their horses. So I leave that for my advanced people like you guys. Okay. Any questions so far? We haven't really covered too much, but. All right, what I want to do is I want to share my screen, and I want to go over a couple things that were talked about this week. Hit share screen here. We'll go to this one. Okay, so this is on the community page. Wanda, I haven't looked at these yet. I'll take a look at them when I'm done. I want to talk about Briscoe. Good old Briscoe. We haven't seen him in a while. Doing the dorsal and ventral fascia lines. So this was really interesting. Oh, here she is. Okay. So,
See this one either. Sometimes.
Oh, yeah, hold on.
They go on to my page with.
oh, that's another thing I'm going to bring up actually. If you guys submit a video to me and it goes directly onto my coaching page without being like, it's going to be authorized, I sometimes don't see it because everything should go through and get authorized. So just message me or something like that. So Briscoe was really interesting because he had the most responses from this dorsal and ventral lines. It was really, he was yawning and like responding a lot. So if you guys did not get a chance to watch Rita's dorsal and ventral lines, take a look at them because he got the biggest response out of all the horses, and it was legit. It was legit. So what this tells me, because he responded so much, was that he might be a great horse to do real slow, real quiet work with. Okay. So you guys probably know me. I'm more of like a vigorous massage therapist style person. So I don't do a ton of real slow, you know, effleurage. I'll do some Masterson method. I'll do some bladder meridian, but I'll do some ting points. You know, those are all the quieter modalities. But I kind of get in there and move the muscles around. That's my style. But this would be a great example of a horse that needs the quieter modalities. Okay. So he really enjoyed this fascia work. And once you know that your horse enjoys fascia work, then you can kind of dive into that and figure out how to do it better. Okay. This brought him a lot of relaxation and a lot of release of tension. So if you haven't seen that video, I want you to check it out. It was really interesting to watch him. And, you know, Rogue Rita went off course. That's what I was talking about right here, where she started down here, but it was because she had looked into some stuff and wanted to try it down there. So again, that's awesome. I want you guys to play outside, think outside the box, and see what you find. Because obviously it's not going to hurt, right? So she started the fascia lines down here more instead of up here. And he obviously had a great response to it. So I want you to just kind of try stuff out for yourself. He really enjoyed that. So that was a really fun video to watch. Okay. All right. I want to show you also. So we'll talk about this real quick. This was Carol's, she submitted. She said that every time she works on Jazz's hind end, that hind leg would go back on the side that she was on. Okay, that's good. That's good. That's showing your horse is responding to the work that you're doing, and they're saying, I give you permission to go deeper. Okay, so if the leg goes back, that's opening and kind of loosening those muscles of the glutes. Okay, so if this leg, like you can see here, this leg is back. Okay, it's opening this glute and hamstring, right? Because it's taking tension off of it. So this horse is saying to her, you can go deeper on this section. Now, if this leg were to be forward, that horse is saying, I don't want you up in there. I'm a little worried about it. I'm a little nervous. I'm going to cut you off from the deeper muscles. Okay, because you can't get through that top layer of muscle when it's tight, right? Okay, so that's just something to think about. When the horse drops their hip, cocks their leg, they're saying, go deeper, all good. When they stand on it and make it firm and make it tight and kind of clench it, they're saying, I'm not going to let you in there. Okay, so thanks for that question, Carol. That was fantastic.
Hey, I have a follow-up question,
Okay,
if I can ask that.
of course.
So when her leg is back, I know, from other stuff that I've done that when it's like when they rest their foot, they cock their foot, that lets you loosen up. So her foot wasn't cocked, it was back.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? It was kind of stretched. So
Yep.
are you saying that means the same thing too? Because
Yep.
that's what confused me. I was like, okay, she's not like dropping her hip so I can get more into her glute. She was just
Yeah.
like bringing it back. That's what my
Yeah,
question was. Yeah.
it still opens it up.
Okay. Thank
That's a good
you.
question. Yeah, of course. Great question. Thank you, Carol, for sharing that. And thank you for sharing the pictures. Okay. I love Kathy's post here. She talked about she went to get some PT done on her leg and get her lower leg massaged. And she said didn't feel great. Didn't feel great. Felt good later though. Okay. So that's an example of me when I say they can thank you later. Okay. Unfortunately, we have to take them through uncomfortable things sometimes. So my kind of rule of thumb when I'm saying they can thank me later is when I know they can handle it or they need to handle it. Okay, so you're running kind of that line where you got to be careful, but I'm not here to always have them feel good. I'm here to make their body be in a place where it can recover itself. Okay, so I'm trying to help the horse be put in a position where they can help themselves feel better and get better. So sometimes I have to take the horse to the edge, and that's what I call it. I'm taking them to the edge. But what does that mean? Well, it means that I know they're not going to be comfortable while I'm doing it. I'm going to listen to every single thing that the horse is saying, but we're going to go through this together. I'm going to reassure them. I'm going to give them as much support as I can, but I'm going to fix the situation that's going on. Now, when do I change my mind about that? I change my mind when it is escalating to a point where they're going to have to blow if I don't listen and I don't stop. Okay, so that's why I say taking it to the edge. I'm not going over the edge. I'm just taking it to the edge and I'm saying, I think you can handle it. So a couple things you'll see when I'm doing that is I always have my hand on a halter. Okay, and I talk to you guys about that a lot. It's really important. Put your hand on that halter. And then you know, reassure them, tell them they're good, back off when you get some good work done and tell them they're amazing. Okay. Give them that encouragement that they need because they know this. They are masters of intention. Okay. I talk about that also. So, there are some people that recently were talking about, you know, this is a sign of tension. This isn't a sign of relaxation, this and that, this and that. I get it. I'm not always here to make them feel good in the moment. I am going to take them through stuff if I have to. Okay. So if you're in a situation like that, I want you to contact me and talk to me about it, and we'll figure it out together because sometimes we got to take them through it and they can thank you later. That's what I like to say. Okay. So thank you, Kathy, for that post that reminded, yeah, that was a good reminding of that situation. There's the 3 musketeers there. Okay. Let's see. Let's talk about Adobe and the hind legs. Is this it? Nope, that's Ellie. Oh, Leanne, Ellie looks amazing, by the way. She looks
Yep.
so good. She just looks so filled out and ready for winter. I love her. Let's see. Here's Adobe. That's the tail. That's not what I want. I'll go here. Hold on. Hind legs. Here we go. Okay. Full screen. Can everybody see this? Let me,
Likes it's middle with a harder up in there.
here we go.
Figures he likes.
I'm gonna mute that, but I want to look at 110. Here we go. Okay, so check out this horse. This horse, very quiet, very calm, internal. Okay, he's not gonna be loud and obnoxious and, you know, he's very quiet, demure. That's the new word everybody is using, okay? So let's watch this. Watch him.
Mm.
Right there.
Hmm.
Do y'all see that?
Yeah, he says, I like that.
Yeah. So that's it. That's all. Okay. That's him going, ooh, I like that. Ooh, you're on a spot. That's the look. Okay. Your stoic horses give the look. Okay. We're going to watch it again because I want you guys with the more stoic internal horses to watch for this because it's a big deal. You have found a spot. And I believe he did the same thing on the other hawk. So pay attention to where you get the look at. Okay. So pay attention to the area that he is working. Okay. This is how he is all the time. This is also Georgia. And then look, he goes, huh? Wait a second. Look at it right there. He's going, oh. Oh. Okay. Isn't that beautiful? So that's your stoic horse right there. He's not gonna do all the other stuff where they're, you know, woo, that's the best thing ever. That was it. Okay, so if you have a horse like that, I want you to rejoice in those moments that you caught that. Okay, so that was the look that I talk about, the look. All right, I want to look at, well, I want to I want to take a look at Marge's, my internet's a little bit slow. Okay. I want to look at Marge and Tariq on the spine wiggle. It's down here a ways, so hold on. I noticed something in a video that was not related to the video for Marge and Tariq. And I said, uh-oh, we need to fix that. And so I sent her a couple suggestions. And I was quite happy with the improvement. We're not done yet, but here it is. Okay, we're not done, but I'm quite happy with the improvement. So I want you guys to take a look at this photo. Okay, so here is the before photo. Okay, so do you see how the neck is kind of going off to the side and then that leg is back like that? He was standing like that kind of the whole time. And it was just kind of an odd stance. And I was like, I don't like that. So I gave her some things to do. And I wanted her to send me a photo after. And here's the after. So that's a pretty darn big improvement. Okay. So we got something going on. I think it's going to be right up in here that needs to be pressed in on. And then either the bicep on this leg or the tricep on this leg. I'm not quite sure. But as you can tell, a big improvement from the before and after. So here's the before and there's the after. Okay. So horse stance is real important. If your horse is standing in a way that isn't right, you need to start looking around and figuring it out if you can. Especially if their neck is coming out of their chest at an angle. Okay, so I see that a fair amount and it always catches my attention. Same with when you saw Wanda's horse, it just kind of caught my attention the way the neck was turned. Okay, so great job on that, Marge. That looks a lot better. Okay, let's talk about Mac. Now, for those of you guys who have not heard about Mac, he is a cute little dumpling. He's just a little dumpling, okay? And he came to Jenny in a pretty typical case where he was shut down, right? So when horses have situations where they need something different, they either shut down, which is one way that they deal with it, or they act out. Okay, and then they're bad horses, right? So he was well, he kind of did both. He was like, I'm gonna cover both grounds. Right? Okay, so didn't want to be touched, didn't want to be looked at, didn't want interaction. Okay, so he has made a huge improvement. So let's take a look at him real quick. Let's see here. I have it in a couple different places. We'll try this first. Okay, let's go to Mac. Spine wiggle. Oh, this one was fun. Okay, this one's on here, sorry. So the spine wiggle, that was one of your homeworks, okay, from last week, I think. So looking for Mac spine wiggle, that's Mac legs. We're gonna do that next. Mac spine wiggle. Here he is. Okay, so here's the little dumpling. All right, hey Jenny, I got old Mac here. I didn't see this earlier. Sorry about that. It's been up for. Yeah, that was one that had been up for a while, and I was like, sorry. Okay, let me see where I need to get to here first. Oh, it says watch the whole thing. So I'm gonna mute this mouth, and let you listen to me on the computer. Hold on. Back here. I didn't see this earlier. Sorry about that. It's been up for a while. Doing the tail wiggle here, spine wiggle. This is making him a little uncomfortable. Means he probably needs it. Just don't kick. He won't kick you. He'll walk off before he gets you.
I don't have my stand, but I'm not sure what this means. He's like moving from side to side.
Yeah, he doesn't know what to do with it, so try to slow it down just a little bit. You gotta find a rhythm. You gotta find what actually makes that spine wiggle all the way up. See?
That was you. You backed into me.
Yeah, but see, I told you he would walk away before he does anything else. That was an example. Hi, Martha. So slow it down a little bit.
Should stop with
I wish he'd stop looking at me. Why? Why? He's interested. Look, Martha's yawning. That was interesting. He sent it to her. There you go. That was cool. He just sent it on over to Martha because she doesn't fight as much as he does. All right, so try to find a little bit better rhythm. And that'll work better. Let me do this one here. He's such a sweet little boy. He's getting so much better. There you go. That's a better rhythm. There you go. Yeah. We almost got it. So he needs this. He probably needs a nice tail pull too. Back and forth. He's like waiting for a butt rub. There you go. There's the look. There's the look. Nice. Look at you. That's good. He's like not quite sure, but he wants it to feel good. I love him so much. Oh, how cute. He loves it. Good job. That's beautiful. What a lucky pony to have you guys now. Sweet thing. Kitty's in the background. Yeah, he's like backing in on you. Rub my butt.
Yeah.
Rub my butt. Mm-hmm.
Oh, you didn't like that. Got it. Sorry.
He's okay. He doesn't know what he likes yet. It's all right. He wants you down lower or something. He's trying to tell you. So try a different part of the leg. I think it's hamstring, so down lower, okay? So when they back in and then go forward, it's because you're on the wrong spot. It's cool because what he's doing is he's saying, no, not there, try again. No, not there, try again. Okay, so try a different spot. All right, Jenny, and then let me know how that goes. Videotape it because I think you're gonna like what you find. Good job. Okay, so was that not awesome? Like I loved so many things in that video. It's not even funny. Okay. There's so many things I want to talk about in that video. One, she goes, "Don't kick me." Okay. He's not going to kick you. Now, listen, I don't want to bet anything on that because you never really know with horses, and he does have some trauma in his background, but I love Liberty because they're going to choose to walk off before they kick you. Like if they're a good horse, that's what they're going to do. Okay. They don't want to kick people. They don't want to bite, but it's like that generally happens when they feel like they can't get away. So I've been doing all Chester stuff at Liberty now, and it's going way better. It's going way better. And I'm not getting a vibe, but he's going to kick you off that. But, you know, again, obviously it happens. So we can't say that with everything, but they will generally walk off before they do anything bad if they're able to do that. That's why I like Liberty. Okay. What else did he do that was just the cutest? You guys saw the look. Okay. You saw the look. That was beautiful, beautiful interaction. I love it so much. You saw the walk forward and then back up, walk forward, back up. Okay. That's, you're not quite in the right spot. Let me, ask you again, please pick a different spot. Okay. Horses do this a lot, and it's very, it's so fun when you figure it out. Okay. I was working on a giant, warm blood stallion. Okay, and now I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't stand behind a lot of stallions just because it could be like that, you know, pretty mare walks by and they forget you're there all of a sudden, okay? But I was like, you know, working on his hind end, and he just gently walked forward, walked back. And I was like, yeah, I got you, buddy. Okay. And then he goes, he almost went like, no, but good try. Walked forward, walked back. And so I looked at a different spot. I went down further and he was like, no, thank you. Good try. Walk forward, backed up again. And then I found like the adductors and the hamstrings. Okay. And I started working those and he was like, yeah. Okay. So when you find that spot, they don't move. Okay, so they won't move once you find that spot. They will, they'll stay there and until you get the work done. And then what's really cool is when they get sick of a spot, they'll kind of be like, all right, that's cool. And they'll walk off. Okay, that's why I love Liberty. I like doing it like that. Okay, so that was really fun. What else did he do? He did a lot of cool stuff in that video. So if you guys want to go watch that video again, it's called the Mac spine wiggle. Okay, the spine wiggle. That's that one. Okay. Let's see the next one. Oh, yeah. So the next one leads into it. This was really special also. So again, shut down horse. He's very stoic. Okay, he is very stoic. He does not want to show any weakness at all. And some of you have horses like that. They do not want to show weakness. Some of you have some that are like, ah, my hand, help me. Okay, so just know whatever horse you have. I'm not talking about you, Zanzibar. I'm not talking about you. But you know, you're gonna have your different horse. Like Georgia has a look that she gives me when she needs assistance, but she doesn't want to say it. It looks like this. She won't move from it, and I go, oh, something wrong. So let me get you, honey. I'm coming in hot, babes. Okay, so you got to learn your horse because they're all going to be different. But I want to show you this beautiful this next video here. Okay, so this is Mac, and you saw it at the end of the last video, sending his releases over to Martha. Okay, because Martha doesn't care. She'll release, she don't care. But Mac doesn't want to release because he's no wimp, right? He no wimp. So he just sends them to Martha and she get released for him. Okay, now you saw it at the end of that last video, but I want to show you a lot of examples actually. It's really cool. Okay, so this one is Mac, the longer video. Let me pull it up. All right, it's the longer of these two. Hold on. Not that one, this one. Okay. So let's go to 420. Okay. There it is. See her?
Martha's yawning.
Okay, that was the first time. All right. Now let's watch a little bit further. Here we go. This is beautiful. This is beautiful, you guys.
Second.
I love that Jenny stepped back there because these stoic ones need breaks. Those are flies. She said the flies were bad. Then he rubs his face on the panel there though. Okay, he walks off. And he can do that because he's at liberty in a paddock. I love that.
You gonna come back when you're done?
Jenny's just giving him time to process right now, which is lovely. Martha's hanging out. Okay, so watch him. Look how relaxed he is.
Hi, buddy. Hi, buddy.
That's a big change from when she first got him. Watch this.
Good boy, man. Well,
Martha.
yeah, for Martha. Another yawn for Martha.
Martha yawned again. Look and chew. Did y'all catch his little lick? How fast and forced it was? We're gonna talk about that next. Martha's like, I got it. It's fine. Martha, taking it for the team, Martha. Look at Mac's head go down. Lick and chew.
I don't know if you can see it on the video, but his like lips are like quivering, trembling. He's doing a lot with his lips right now,
Yep,
not just licking and chewing. Lots of processing.
yeah.
Just off the video so I don't run out of battery. Or
Okay.
space.
Look at Martha goes again. Okay. So that's pretty exciting. Okay. That's pretty exciting because he is on his way to being able to do that himself. Okay. But he can't do it right now. He can't do it. And the other thing I want to talk about is the forced releases. He does not want to release tension. He doesn't want to, but the body says, oh, you're gonna, buddy. You're going to. Okay. So he doesn't get these like grandiose Martha's over there, like, what's happening to me? What's going on? Okay. But he's like, I'm trying not to release. All right. So I want to show you another example of that. And this is the way you tell the difference. I had someone on Facebook contact me and they were like, not all, like, I know that my horse is doing stuff that's not a release, but it is a yawn. And I was like, excellent point. They're not always releases. Sometimes they're anxiety and tension. And sometimes they're like forced releases. So they're not relaxed releases, they're forced releases. And so Mac is a really good example of that. And I want to show you that one next. Okay, so it's in the shorter video, which is this one. And it's at 3 minutes. So hold on. You'll just watch his mouth. It's like the fastest release you've ever seen in history. Hold on, I gotta find it first. Doot. That's close enough. Okay, so he's been stoic the whole time, just like this. Okay. And I showed you enough so that you could see that he wasn't releasing, but watch his little mouth. Yeah, that was it. That's all. That's it. Okay. So he's like, no, I don't want to release. Okay. So that's just another part of the puzzle of this horse. It's part of the journey. Okay. So we're going to watch this horse come out of his shell and be who he really is. Isn't that cool? I sort of love it. Okay. So those are the videos I wanted to show. I blasted through them. We did good. We did good. So thank you for all those videos that you guys sent in. I think I will give you another week to get homework done on everything that we've been working on recently. Okay. The the spine wiggle is one that's harder. So I want you to keep working on that. For those of you that are new, so all this stuff that we're kind of talking about is from my coaching group, which is a group that is formed after you have either gone through a clinic or have my online clinic because it's more advanced. So we get together and then talk about, we're going through the clinic together. And then you can submit videos as you have seen through this Zoom, and I give feedback on them and do voiceovers. So if you guys are interested in that, just message me and I'll let you know the details about how to get into that group. But pretty cool stuff. Any comments, questions, things that you loved, things that you have questions about? Kay, you're 2 weeks behind. Oh my gosh, you're gonna have so much catching up to do. You had better find a horse out there in Oregon and work on it, okay? Just get out in a pasture somewhere. No problem. That's why I'm giving an extra week. You're good.
I actually did work on their stallion down at my brother's ranch. I'm back in Washington now, but he was so cool. I mean, he was just like, I did some of the dorsal fascia because I didn't know they haven't worked with him a lot. And he's like
Okay.
8 years old and he's
Ooh.
not trained. He's gentle and he's
Yeah.
very well behaved, but he leaned into me like a big dog. And I was just like, dude, wait a minute.
I know.
But then I went down his one neck and then I got down into his pectoral and he just melted. It was so fun. So no video, but it was fun.
Hey, at least I hope there were some witnesses at least. You know what
Yeah,
I
2
mean?
dogs.
Oh, the dogs are like, wait,
I was-
my turn? My turn?
Yeah. No, I was there
Um,
by myself taking care of their ranch while they went to Hawaii. But
Oh,
it was
okay.
nice. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
awesome.
That's cool. Yeah, stallions are really fun to work on, right? They're real fun. You got to be a little careful when they start feeling really good. You just got to give them a break or walk them off and say, hey, I know you enjoy this, but relax a little bit. But yeah, they're really fun. They're really fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
Let's see. Erica asks, is your program to become a certified equine massage therapist or is more for the human horse connection? It is not to be certified. Certified is a whole kit and caboodle that is very intense depending on what state you're in. So Washington State, which is my state, of course, is the most difficult to get your certification. It's very expensive and it's a long process. So no, I am not to get certified. Depending on what state you're in though, it can be different. It can be easier depending on what state you're in. So my course is a course for horse owners to learn basic massage skills that can absolutely transform their own horse. I mean, honestly, I've seen it through so many people in this program, but I go through the beginning, to the beginning to the end, all the way from the ears, all the way down to the back feet. And I just show you how to find tension and get it out. And, the different fun things that come along with it. And what I've noticed is that there is a huge emotional benefit and relationship benefit, enormous. And we're watching it with Mac. Okay. We're watching it. Nancy's had great experiences. Leanne's always working with her horse. Kathy's had her horse. Marge is learning more about her. I mean, it's just fantastic, especially when you have horses that are a little bit more shut down. It's really fun. So yeah, it's just a basic course that is available and it's for horse owners so that you can learn how to help your own horse out. That's what I like to do. Carol says it took a bit of tail work to be able to do the spine wiggle checks. Yeah, I know. It's a whole thing. It just takes some rhythm and timing and you have to practice it a little bit. So yeah, I hear you. Very true. I feel like Martha gets irritated with Mac and him sending, oh my gosh, she's like, manage it yourself, Mac. Yeah. No, cause she's like, why is this happening to me? I'm just trying to relax and all of a sudden I can't stop yawning. Rita's behind too. Okay, both of you guys are in timeout. Rita and Kay are gonna need to spend some time out there. Michigan. Oh, okay. I came from Michigan. Erica, what part? Because I was in Harrison Township. And I actually flew from Michigan to Loveland, Colorado to get my certification, my first certification, which didn't apply to Washington State. So I had to do another certification. So yeah, I've gone to a couple schools because of that. Yeah, so I was in Michigan for 3 years. Yeah, I've massaged horses in Michigan. Yep, we'll be on the same page then. Kathy heading down to Arizona, but there is equine therapy group nearby and want to check it out to see if they want to spend some time brushing and sharing. Yeah, good idea. I like that. We're gonna be going we've narrowed it down, Kathy. We're going to Michigan on break. I mean to Arizona on break, so it'll be fun. I think Groot, I remember you talking about that horse, would really benefit from this. I didn't realize how tight he was until we went to a trainer this year. Yeah, I know. I hear ya. On Lake Michigan, Ludington. I've never heard of that. All right, cool. Right on. Yeah. So yeah, it's pretty impressive. I did not expect, you guys referenced back the Molly clinic. I had no idea that you guys were going to be such rock stars. I had no clue. So that clinic blew my mind, honestly. I was hoping for, good participation and people to learn stuff, but I watched you guys transform your horses. So it was pretty special. Now here we are. I was like, well, I'm addicted now. Let's do this. So yeah, you guys did fantastic. Any other questions? Bam, we are 6 o'clock on the dot, man. We're getting so good at this stuff. Oh my gosh. Yeah, thank you, Rita. Okay, so keep working on what you're working on. If you want to try some new things with what you saw today or catch up, feel free to catch up. And we'll pick up next week. I have cool stuff coming down the pipeline for us. And yeah, it's going to be cool. I did post up something in the coaching group. I want you guys to give me your input on a couple sites, either school or Patreon, because at some point in time, I'm going to have to make a move somewhere. So if you know anything about those, let me know. Okay. All right. Well, you guys have an amazing day. Have an amazing week and shoot me any messages or issues that you have. Thank you, people, for joining me. All the newbies. Glad you're here. And I'll see you next Sunday if I don't see you before then. All right. Thank
Bye.
you. Talk to you guys later. Bye.